Happy Black Friday and welcome to SJU. I'm Roth Cornet and I'm joined by a team of shopping maniacs. Mr. Censor Gilbert, Billy Business.
I mean, my
Murrell.
sister did have that Mall Madness game, so I do feel like I've been preparing for this.
Yeah, these men love to shop.
Right now,
online.
I am trampling an aged person as I claw my way closer to a 4K DVD.
A bin of them.
Yeah.
Yes, just a bin of DVDs.
I love that you said 4K DVD.
Yeah, because that's
just
not how that
nailed
works.
it.
You know why they call it Black Friday, right?
No, I don't.
Because, I mean, this is apocryphal, but I assume it's because the sales are such that the ledgers, you know, when you make money, you go into the black. So they call it Black
very
Friday
nice.
because it's a lot of transactions and business being done
In
this
one day. I have to wonder how many people are actually physically going out anymore when you can do most of this online.
JT?
JT?
Yeah, JT.
Is it crowded?
This is
Not as bad as it used to be.
Nice.
I used to work midnights when they would open at midnights for Black Fridays. Someone tried to assault me when we ran out of a TV.
But
dear.
you judoed them into
I
submission.
mean, there were so many people that I think he ended up hitting someone else. He tried to take a swing. The cops were involved. It was a disaster.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
And now you work with JTE every day.
Yep, exactly.
One of the
And
most-
now I have to explain to him why we just didn't have that
Store
TV in
policy,
stock.
sir.
I like the idea that Billy was just standing there calmly as somebody gets more and more bent out of shape. And as they raise their fist, you just slightly do this. And it just goes
And they cold cocked the person next to him, yeah.
to poor Dan.
To me, if you're watching this in line behind someone at a Best Buy, just remember, no one will ever have the product that you want again. So do whatever you have to do to get it.
Hunger
Murder.
Games style.
Yes. Well, we all know, and it's a good segue. Thank you, Dan, because we all know that it's the end times, right? So given that,
embrace.
we wanted to
Embrace the purge.
embrace the purge, roll right into it, and give you some wonderful things to spend your money on and enjoy before it all just goes away in a pile of smoke. Spencer,
that's
what's your
right.
first gift?
I think my first one, if I recall the order correctly, are some T-shirts. Who doesn't need more T-shirts? Specifically, the T-shirts from a website called Last Exit to Nowhere. These make a grown man's movie shirt. The references are a little deeper. It's a little more subdued. It's not like the ones that just kind of mash up two random things to
These
think they're
are
popular.
great.
Yeah, you see the Nakatomi thing. That's like a deep cut Die Hard reference. Stay Puft Marshmallow Company, Amity Police. That's Jaws, right?
That is Jaws,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's ones that you'll get the knowing nod from real movie fans, not
Duke
people
and
who are
Duke.
like,
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
And that's a
it's
Blade Runner 2049.
They're Blade Runner. That's
Yeah.
what I saw.
Yeah.
That joy. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So it's not just people who are like, I like porgs and Klingons, which, sorry, Dan, they're not just taking
that was at
the
both
most,
of us.
they're not taking the most obvious
He
reference.
looked at us.
fired
He
at
looked
both of
shots
us.
fired at us. I like porgs and Klingons.
Well, everyone likes porgs and clowns. These are the ones that are a little underground, a little deeper cuts that reward true fans. Yes, I'm playing the true, no true fan, not true fans. Excuse me. I'm gonna walk that back. I will say,
Spencer, what do you
Better
think of my shirt? What do you think of my shirt right now, taking a Star Wars reference with something else that you recognize?
oh God, I didn't even notice that. Sorry, I'm being an elitist, but if you are a fellow elitist, get a shirt from Last Exit to Nowhere.
Perfect slogan.
If you are an elitist, these are the T-shirts for you. Dan, what do you got?
My first gift is something worth knocking a toddler over for. It is affordable. It is a USS Enterprise drone.
Whoa.
And it's not used for spying or anything. It's just it's a consumer drone. Who wouldn't want to fly the USS Enterprise? This is the company's made Air Hogs, I think they're called. They've made Star Wars things. They've made they make these geek things, and you get to fly the Enterprise.
That looks like a
You get to
barrel
fly the
launch.
Enterprise around. It's always been my dream to captain the USS Enterprise. This is the closest I'm ever going to get.
That looks pretty fun.
That does look fun.
Yeah, USS Enterprise. Why not?
Yeah.
Infuriate your dog, but delight Dan.
Exactly.
Toys that you can use with animals are the best one. I have the little BB-8 for when I eventually get my cat. But that's a great one for a dog as well. Or if you have a bird, you could just put the bird on it. I don't think that's how that works. Billy, what do you got?
Put a bird on it.
Well, there are some stereotypes that you just can't shake, and one of them is that every man should have a good tool set. And since I am not handy at all, I want the like least manliest tool set ever, which would be the Thor Mjolnir tool set.
Wow.
It's literally hammers within hammers.
Wow.
If I have to be a man and do stuff around the house and probably make it worse before I call a contractor, I want to at least do it with some style and something that I can display later. It looks like there's probably every assortment of tool that you need. Every time like I've bought like a screwdriver, there's like 25 different sizes that I've never found anything that it actually goes to. So if I have to have a tool set around the house to fulfill my husbandly duties, then I want Mjolnir.
And also, it's a callback to Ragnarok. Quick spoiler for Ragnarok. Do you guys know what I'm talking
There's
about?
a toolkit inside his house.
I do remember that. Thor was fixing his car up and he opened Mjolnir up and he got the socket set.
That's such an
was a great
underrated scene. That's such an underrated
It's a great scene.
Okay, I'm going to give it the spoilers. When Odin says, "What are you, Thor, the god of hammers?"
Oh, this is sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kapow.
Spoiler done. Okay. Mine is all in a theme of how am I going to best enjoy the apocalypse? And the first way is if I have to intimidate a group of survivors to take their tools and their wares, then this is how I would do it. This is how I would do it. Or if I had to rob a bank, I would break out my green Cthulhu ski mask, and if we could take a look at that.
yeah. Spooky.
You're not saying no to me. You're giving me
That is the
exactly
coziest
what I want.
ancient horror I've ever seen.
Oh my
That
god.
one's my favorite because it's just a little feminine. That one.
It's
little guy
cute.
with
It's
the
fun.
sort
It's
of-
Almost
flirty.
looks like Davy Jones-ish from
Little bit.
Pirates.
Wouldn't you give that person your money just because you enjoyed their ski mask at that point?
I mean,
There
not
would-
willingly. Like, if they asked me politely, maybe, I guess.
No violence needed, though, in this scenario is what I'm saying. You're giving your money to Cthulhu. What do you got next?
My next one is something that Spencer actually pointed me to. I plugged Star Trek, so now I will plug something from Star Wars. This is just a fun gift idea. It is a Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Yep,
Basically,
get in there.
you get in,
Yeah.
you open, you sleep
Slice
in
it
there.
open.
My favorite is that the zipper is a lightsaber, so when you open up the sleeping bag, it's like you're slicing the tauntaun open. The inside, as you can see, looks like
Ew.
intestines. So
Yeah,
This is a real thing. It
yeah,
sound like
this
a
is
joke.
No,
This is a
this
real
is-
sleeping bag.
This is a real sleeping bag.
I just got that pillow built in. That looks comfy.
Yeah, it's just a clever idea, and why not, right? Why not enjoy a tauntaun sleeping bag?
It's so dark.
I thought
Why?
they smelled
That's
bad.
lovely.
Yeah, you just fill it
on
with
the outside.
rancid meat for the real Star Wars experience. A true Star Wars fan would sleep in a rancid meat-filled sleeping bag, wearing a Last Exit shirt.
What do you have, elitist?
This next one is pretty cool.
Is it a meat bag?
It's just a patch, and I need like a cool leather jacket or something to sew this onto. But I'm pretty sure it's the Predator patch, right? Is that what I have coming up next, JT? Is just the you son of a bitch.
That's amazing.
The Predator handshake in patch form, and again, like you maybe that actually doesn't read well if you're not a Predator fan. but if you have the look to match, like if you are riding a motorcycle at the same time as you have that patch, I think it is pretty cool.
a
Pretty
pretty-
cool little
that-
movie reference.
A small gift just turned into a really big one. Like, with this goes your new motorcycle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I also just want to draw everyone's attention to my favorite part of this set, and the one thing that I did insist on, which was that it is the Predator and the Xenomorph
Which they
as
can't.
Beauty and
As
the
Beauty and the
Beast.
Beast.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it.
I'll put it on my Twitter feed, and eventually maybe you'll find it because it's my favorite thing ever. What do you got? That should be a T-shirt. That would be an amazing Christmas gift.
Which Spencer would then make fun of me for having a T-shirt that mixed two things that are well known together in a non-elitist
What
way.
does
That's
Han
three
Solo
things.
and Nerf guns have to do with each other?
He's a nerf herder.
Nerf herder.
I know, but
Herder.
but it's just never mind.
He's a Nerf herder.
It's a play on words.
Yeah. You're a
Spencer,
favorite, Spencer.
you would be the one that bullied me like in junior high. I
I
feel like
apologize.
retroactively.
You would be bullying me as well. It'd be a co-bullying arrangement. I'm wearing a cardigan. I would be bullied.
I would steal
Not
your
now.
magic cards.
Not now.
Not now. You'd be the cool kid, I think. If
only I could.
The kids wearing
I don't
cardigans these
know.
days.
Are bullies? They're not like the stereotypical bullies anymore, right?
Well, because hasn't the worm turned a little bit? Aren't the bullies like the people that can do technology and can bully you online.
Right. Like, I would be bullied for playing video games in high school. Like, that's now cool? I don't know.
I mean, this is the saddest conversation. Let's continue to tell.
Well, if you want something to really get bullied over, I love tchotchkes that I can pretend serve a real purpose, but they truly don't at all. So nothing says that more than the Eye of Sauron desk lamp that I desperately would love to have.
That's
now,
pretty
let's be
sweet.
real here. That is not enough light to actually serve as a real replacement for a desk lamp. But it's so freaking cool. Wait, there's a second image. You could just like I would put my wedding ring there
Is
every
it a
night.
focus spotlight like that? Because that's awesome.
I'm not sure if that's like a product-y thing or if it really does that. I'm going to pretend it really does that. But yeah, I feel like this is way overpriced for a lamp. But it's like if I'm gonna have one that's so gaudy and tacky, that's exactly what I would want.
Well, with that in mind, the next tool in my apocalyptic survival kit is a tank. It's the JL421 Badonkadonk Land Cruiser tank. There you go, ladies and
Looks like
gentlemen.
a Jawa thing. Or
That's
no,
the
Jabba's cruiser.
It looks like Jabba's cruiser. So this is a triply exciting thing because not only are you in a tank and it is in fact mobile, but it's also small enough that you could probably get through when inevitably you know how like in the end of times there's all of the traffic backup on all the freeways because everyone's dead and so the cars are just there. You just cruise right through. And also you're at the same time enjoying a reference sort of to something you love in Star Wars. So this is great. You can end your days in style and comfort, be protected, and also be enjoying your fandom.
Is that a hovercraft?
It looked like it was floating, but I think maybe there's
I don't
wheels.
think
wheels?
it's a hovercraft. I think there are wheels. Do we? We have
Maybe
more.
treads.
I only pulled one of it.
Great.
Okay.
Good. Well done. Well, you can look it up. It's the JL421 Badonkadonk.
Nice.
It's the Badonkadonk.
Yeah, I
There you
think
go.
that looks great. You're a little exposed for a tank.
No, you can get inside. I mean, I think you can tuck you can tuck right in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tuck right in.
Fair enough.
All right.
Dan?
My third item is it's a high ticket item. It's certainly out of my price range. But if you're of a certain income level and you want to be Batman, as I do, this is a
I
Batman
love
suit
this
of
one
armor.
so much.
It starts at $750, and it's not metal, but.
What would you do if you
want-
had this?
I would wear it
at home.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Of course, everywhere. If I listen.
We have
I want
get
to be
this from him.
Batman, and
Sure.
that would afford me the opportunity to approximate that experience. So there you go. If you are, it's $750 to $1,000. It's like I said, this is a high ticket item. I will not be purchasing this in the near future. But you're Batman.
You're Batman.
Why not?
You're like
Yeah.
a realistic version of Batman too, because if I
Right.
wouldn't go out in just like tights, it would have to be like full on armor if I was
Yeah.
going to be Batman.
And I like the design of that suit. Like that was one of my favorite things about Batman v Superman was like that suit looked really awesome, and I would definitely wear it.
I would just love to see you at home watching just like Jaws.
Me
just
too,
in
and the
full
Batman suit.
Batman suit, like it was just like it was a bathrobe.
Yeah,
I
that'd
want
be great.
What happens when you have to pee?
You have to debat
debat
yourself, I think.
Do they
Yeah.
have a convenient, like, so that you don't have to fully debat?
It's in pieces.
It's in pieces.
You can do like a
Okay.
stadium pal. You can just get one of those.
Yeah.
Catheter.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
Should we
whatever Batman
do-
does.
One of the pouches on his utility belt is just a bladder.
I want to know how badly people want to see Dan at home on the couch watching.
Let's crowdfund
Jaws.
because that's
I
what
wanna crowdfund this,
that's
people.
what those sites are for, right?
Yeah.
Is for-
No.
Yeah.
Please.
I want to go ahead and do a change.org.
No.
Drop
Get
a
him
tank
that-
and get Dan a
Get
bat
him that
suit.
bat suit.
No.
I think the bat suit's more important for him than the tank for me.
If you're going to crowdfund that amount of money, I have any number of places that you can send it that does not include buying a bat suit for me. There are people and places that could use that.
Just
I
like,
still think you could do good in the world though
As
if you had
Batman.
that suit.
Are you saying that I should become the Batman?
yeah.
I'm not
More
saying
like
no.
sneaking into children's hospitals than like beating up people on the street.
I disagree.
Okay.
I feel like you could do a
You
healthy
could do
mixture of both. Yeah.
You could do a little of both. I happen to agree with you, Billy. Billy, what superhero would you be, and what present would you give the world?
Completely unrelated. I guess I would be Iron Man because you don't have to be in shape to do it. You just have to conform your iron around whatever your body is. So I feel like Robert Downey Jr. is the only one that's like, I'm not going on a crazy chicken apocalypse diet for these.
It's true.
All you have to do is work out 9 times a day and eat 14 chickens. Like that's all you have to do.
Hard.
If there's something more that I love that's not impractical, it's things that are practical, but I'm just so lazy that a normal person wouldn't need this. So I definitely want my own mini fridge just next to my bed so I don't have to walk the 12 feet to the actual fridge. And if I'm going to do it, I want it to be the Borg cube because I think this is my favorite type of... Again, if I'm going to do something, it has to be gaudy and it has to be just like something that only I would really want in our house. And I definitely want this Borg cube.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to assimilate all of my cold beverages and snacking apparel in my
There's only
my snackware, if you will.
there's only so much I think it looks like you just have to go beverages, though.
I think I could get creative. I mean, if the Borg can assimilate anything into their collective, I think I can assimilate some leftovers in there. I can make it work.
Spencer?
My final gift is one that would really delight any human being on Earth, and it would inspire any child to be better, because I've chosen this vintage poster of Nicolas Cage holding a book imploring you to read. Now, I can't find it for sale anywhere, but if you know where to get one, at Spencer J. Gilbert on Twitter, or just even a high-res version of it, I think that this should go on our set. I think this should go above my bed. I think it's important to read. I think Nick Cage is important to look at, and I think that, he's recommending Siddhartha, I believe, which is...
Can we enhance? JT, can we enhance? I feel like there's so many factors in that I need to know more about. If it's possible, I would like to enhance.
His copy is of the book Siddhartha, which is like a kind of semi-mythical, semi-self-help coming-of-age story that I feel like Nick Cage would get a lot out of. He's kind of a mystical guy. Really good stuff. Siddhartha, But there's actually a whole series of celebrities telling you to read that went in different libraries. So
I think I had the Michael Keaton one in one of my elementary school classrooms.
Enhance.
There we go. Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. Okay, number one, he is holding onto a tree and yet clearly not outdoors. That's number one. So is that a real tree inside, or is that a fake tree?
Good question. It's tough to place where that tree might be.
Where was he? Was that his house?
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's just staring into my soul.
It's such a piercing gaze that, and it's like a propaganda poster almost. It's so like, read.
I feel like he's gonna start talking to us, like it. Like I feel like he's gonna be like Pennywise and jump out of the screen at us. And like, Siddhartha.
I think you get a lot out of it. So that's the gift for anyone, any human.
Look at the eyes.
I know. I literally cannot look away. I thank you, JTA, because I was captivated.
It's the picture of Dorian Gray. It ages while Spencer stays the same age forever.
My final gift to enjoy the apocalypse goes in line with the fact that I am a human.
By the way, this was a holiday gift guide, not like a survival end of the world guide.
This is the way to survive the end of the world in style. This is how to do it and have a good time doing it. Also, these make nice gifts, so it's a holiday gift guide. If you care about people, don't you want them to survive and enjoy their survival? So if you gave me $10 billion, I would do a number of things with them, including somebody just to look like Samara to like troll Dan almost every other week and scare the shit out of you. Yeah.
Why that particularly?
Because she scares the shit out of me.
Oh, I see.
And I assume, does she not scare you?
She's creepy.
Yeah, she's pretty creepy. This is what I would do. I would open a business called House Cat Cruise. And on House Cat Cruise, you would live and ladies and gentlemen, don't tell me you don't want this. You would live the life of a house cat. Basically, you would go on a cruise, you would have giant pieces of soft materials to lay upon and nap upon wherever you may choose inside
Beds.
out. There would be sunbeams.
Do you poop in a sandbox?
That's your choice. We're not to the
look at
bubble
that.
yet. We're not to the bubble yet.
Oh,
and then you would
okay.
get various full body massages. You would deign to allow various full body massages 10 times a day, and there would be delicious food for you to eat. Who doesn't want to go on that cruise and live the life of a pampered house cat? Part of that would be the chill sack. And the chill sack is it?
No,
That's
that's
not
not
the
the
chill
chill sack.
sack. The chill sack's the 8-foot beanbag. The chill sack. Come on. There you go. It's the chill sack.
Wow.
Now, who does not want to chill
God.
on the chill sack? How comfortable does that
Where
look?
does this practically
can
fit in
do-
anybody's home or
Well,
apartment?
In lieu of any human
Spoiler.
furniture.
On House Cat Cruise, you have the chill sack where you can cuddle with yourself or a fellow
Is there just
human
like
house
a big
cat.
laser light that I can run around
Yes.
and chase for an hour in your cruise?
Yes, and this is why the chill sack is so important, because you can use it on that cruise, but you can also, during the apocalypse, it fits handily into your bubble. Look,
Got it.
you
Okay,
can
that's where that's
enjoy
coming in.
watching the end of the
Good
world on your chill sack
In your bubble.
your beautiful tent bubble.
With your fellow cat humans.
With your fellow cat humans. Now, who does not want to do this? And in reality, this is a great little thing for the backyard. Like, that's super cozy in the backyard. The bubble and a little chill
The bubble's
sack.
pretty cool. I feel like, well, if you're a cat, you don't mind, but I feel like it would kill a lot of birds. They just like try to fly.
Fly right
Just be
into the
surrounded by
bubble.
like dead
Just
woodpeckers.
Dead woodpeckers everywhere.
But if you're a cat, that's bueno. It's doing the work for you.
No, that one bummed me out. I liked the bubble before you brought that up, Spencer. Now
I
you
do
brought-
like the bubble. You could do your Blade Runner 2049 cosplay in there.
It's good.
Does George Costanza come play Trivial Pursuit with you?
Yes. Whoops. Oops.
If I may put my Shark Tank hat on for just a moment, as if you were pitching me House Cat Cruises. It seems to me that 90% of what you described
Is a cruise?
is an actual, just regular cruise.
Yeah, you
And
are
maybe
lying
that
down in your
10%
Pampers.
Is just maybe not pooping in a sandbox.
How can you stop me from doing my own cruise with cats, Roth? Do you have a patent
Do you
for
have
this?
Is this proprietary idea?
My cruise is called House Cat Cruise, and it also includes massages.
Look, Roth, I'll give you the $50,000, but I need more equity in this. I'm going to need 70%.
What keeps Carnival from knocking you off tomorrow and starting their own?
House Cat Cruise.
Again, what seems like just a regular cruise.
Unless you had actual cats, which, as we know, are terrified of the water.
No!
This is like a fire festival waiting to happen.
This is where you live the life of a cat. You don't hang out with cats unless that's your best life. You live the life of a pampered house cat. Are you
Can't wait to see
telling
the
me
buffet of like wet liver meat.
if our Lord and Savior Cthulhu came to you right now and said you can reincarnate as anything in your next life, you would not be a pampered house cat?
On a list of like 10 million
I'd have to think
things,
about it.
house cat is like 999,000
Yeah, can I pick another human being?
billion.
Pampered house cat. Pampered house cat.
No, I hate cats so much. It just would not fly.
I'd go dolphin.
Oh.
Dolphins. They seem
Does
pretty
it have to
smart.
be
They
an
have some
animal?
fun.
Big bag.
Do we have to be
Dolphins have a
animals?
really rough time right now. We don't have to be a mammal, and we don't have to continue this. You can let us know what mammal you would want to be for the holidays. What mammal would you want to be? And you know what? I think all of these.
Send-off. What mammal do you want? How about the one I am? We're already mammals.
It's so hard to be human. It's
true.
so hard to be human.
To be fair, nobody is watching this because the phone they're watching it on is crushed beneath the stampeded feet of 10,000 people waiting for a $5 Batman v Superman Blu-ray at Target. So to whoever stranger found this phone on the floor is catching the end of this. Thanks for watching.
Read.
Thanks for watching. You should read, and I will say, I thought I had a really clever through line at the beginning of this, and by the end I was like, no, I just made it weird. I just always make it weird.
That's the SJU promise.
That's why I should be a house cat. Thanks.